There's a new sports sedan in town, and the usual suspects, well, they'd better pay attention. On this edition of Test Drive, the Genesis G70. While the Genesis nameplate has been around Hyundai since the 2008 coupe, as a standalone brand, it's been an entity for just a couple of years. In that time, the company has launched the G90, G80 and G80 Sport. While solid rides, the product thus far has been a little too formal for its own good. The new G70 switches things up. It has undeniable curb appeal and the wherewithal to back up the sharp looks when properly equipped. The cabin of this G70 has been very nicely executed indeed. Lots of quality materials, fully articulated front seats and a good infotainment system that supports navigation, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There is, however, a pet peeve, and it has to do with the lane keep assist. It pokes its nose in and turns the steering wheel at really odd times, which is very disconcerting. Now, the saving grace? Well, there is an off switch. The G70 starts with a 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission that drives all four wheels. It puts a useful 252 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque at 1400 RPM at the driver's disposal. The intriguing model is the 2-litre G70 Sport. It drives the rear wheels, has a limited slip differential and a 6-speed manual gearbox. Yes, a luxury car with a do-it-yourself box. Now this 2-litre engine will get you to 100k in 6.4 seconds. If that's not fast enough, well, get rid of that engine and go with the 3.3-litre twin-turbo V6. 365 horsepower, 376 pound-feet of torque, and it'll get you to 100k in 4.7 seconds. Now you're talking. The all-wheel drive system is rear-based, but it can send up to 40% of the power forward as and when needed, which gives it a much sportier feel when it's pushed. The pylon test proved the system to be both seamless and very good at eliminating unwanted wheel spin when the gas pedal is mashed. Now, the rear seat legroom in this G70 is pretty stingy, especially if the front seat riders are taller. Also, the central tunnel and dome seat, they pretty much eliminate a third rider. Now, when you get to the back end here, you get a trunk of unspecified size. However, the hinges are nicely boxed in and you do get 60-40 split folding rear seats. The G70 walks a fine line between comfort and handling. It has a planted, responsive feel through the twisty bits, yet masks the rigours of a rough road in stride. The steering is sharp and it delivers good feedback. The best choice, however, is the optional adaptive suspension. It takes things to a higher plane altogether. Now, there are 4 drive modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport and Smart. Each mode tweaks the throttle, transmission, traction control, steering, all-wheel drive and exhaust tone. The mode of choice for most driving situations is Smart, as it gets things right without feeling twitchy when you're about town. Save Sport mode for a twisty road. Now, this G70 really is a legitimate contender, and purely and simply because it's equal measures of luxury sedan and sports sedan, which makes it a huge blast to drive. Now, if you do need a little more, there's always the Kia Stinger. Mechanically, it's identical to this G70, but it has a slightly longer wheelbase, and the hatchback, well, it imparts a little more flexibility.
Hi. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you watch this on Facebook, like, follow, and share us. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.